You may have heard of this franchise, whether that was through YouTubers or via young family members. The Hello Neighbour series greets us yet again with another game, this time called Secret Neighbour. Taking hints from such games such as Dead by Daylight and Among Us, Secret Neighbour tries to combine these flavours and does so in an interesting way. However, the lack of substance and prominent bugs takes what could be a great concept into a mediocre one at best. Secret Neighbour is an asymmetrical multiplayer horror game seemingly inspired by such titles such as Dead by Daylight. Unlike many of these games, Secret Neighbour allows the killer, or in this case the titular neighbour, to disguise as a child and gain the trust of other players. The game becomes a murder mystery style of game, where you try to figure out who the neighbour is in the group whilst trying to find keys to open the basement to escape. When starting up the game, you will be greeted with 6 playable children classes and 3 neighbour classes to choose from. Each character gives you special abilities to help you in succeeding with your task. Each of these classes do have an impact in gameplay, and all of them have their own strengths and weaknesses. My personal go-to was the engineer, as you could craft keycards and other special items. As a whole, the gameplay is what you expect from a Hello Neighbour game. Not only does it have a unique cartoon-like art direction, but there are various puzzles in which you must navigate to get to your intended location. This can certainly get difficult when you have to constantly check your back in case someone is creeping up on you. I have to give credit to Secret Neighbour, as it does put you in an intense scenario of cat and mouse, and more often than not, when I came across another player, I didn't want to give them the benefit of the doubt. When you do succeed in finding all the keys and escaping, you ultimately feel a rush, as you have managed to do this in such a short space of time. However, more often than not, this was not the case. After spending more and more time in the game, I started to see the flaws with the concept and many breaking points which make Secret Neighbour fall flat. Many lobbies I was placed in were silent, and when the game relies so much on communication to decipher who is the neighbour, then this concept just fails to materialise. More often than not, you will start a game by running into a corner and hoping you're not the first player to get caught. The balancing on this game is horrible, and ultimately is in favour of the neighbour 9 out of 10 times. Whoever is chosen to be the neighbour can turn into him instantly and wipe out a whole team within the first 30 seconds of the game starting. I expected there to be a cooldown timer when a neighbour caught a child, however there is not one present. Alongside this, as I mentioned before, the gameplay is exactly what you expect from a Hello Neighbour game. If you do not like the clunky and awkward controls of the first game, then I would totally recommend you to stay clear of this game. You will still see prominent bugs which appeared in the first titles. This could be from objects not acting how they are supposed to, or losing items due to them getting glitched underneath the map. I found that as I was playing the game more and more, that it became very tiresome and repetitive. The sole premise of the game stays exactly the same, and with only 3 maps the game can get very stale very fast. The Stadia version of the game is very light in content compared to its Steam counterpart. Not only do Steam users get extra content and updates, but they also get different game modes in which I can imagine spruces up variety in the game. While Secret Neighbour is a great concept on paper and could create funny scenarios when with friends, the whole game just lacks polish and content to make it worthwhile. Not only does it get repetitive after a few games, but certain mechanics made the game feel more of a chore than a fun murder mystery style game. In the future, I hope the Stadia version can gain the additional content that Steam users receive, but until then, it is not a game I can recommend playing. For more videos like this and for more reviews, do feel free to subscribe down below. My name's been Stupid Student, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.